On this episode, I'm going to channel my inner Bob Ross because he was the man. I'm going to draw and I'm going to show you how you're ignoring 75% of your audience that is insanely cost effective to reach. What's up, everybody? Welcome to DISRUPTu, episode 69. I'm Ryan Thogmartin, and this is the funeral profession's only marketing web show. I am jacked today because I am channeling my inner Bob Ross. Bob Ross didn't have a lot of the powerful emotion that I have and the bravado, but the guy could paint happy trees like nobody's business. So anytime I get to give you an illustration and use my Bob Ross skills, even though I'm not painting, I get really excited. And so what I'm really excited about today is talking about a statistic that we've talked about before, but I've never visually shown it to you. And I need to visually show it because I don't think that it's sinking in. And I want to give you this caveat. I am not saying that you should spend 100% of your entire marketing budget on social media marketing. If you watch episode 68 of DISRUPTu, here it is, ding ding, 68, Jarrett, throw that up. You will see that I said 80% of your budget should be used towards social media. So like not 100%, but the point I want to make is that we are undervaluing the effectiveness of Facebook to reach the audience that is most profitable for you. So throw up the graphic. Here's a graphic that is showing age group and the percentage of that age group or demographic that's using Facebook. If you look at this, 75% of the audience over the age of 45 are daily active users on Facebook. That is huge. That means that 75% of the people that are most profitable for you are on Facebook, and there's virtually no competition, meaning that you have other competitors that are probably have a Facebook page, have obits that are going out, they randomly post some content, but they are not effectively actually managing a strategy and conversation with the consumer that is driving more business. So you've got the opportunity to own that conversation. So 75% of your audience, that's your core, most profitable audience, is on Facebook every single day. They log on an average of 5 times a day, spend over 33 minutes, and we spend the majority of our marketing budgets marketing the people that are the 25% of people that aren't on Facebook, hoping that we find the right ones. Let me draw this out for you. I'm going to try to stand up, if that's okay. I don't even know if my head's in the shot anymore, but that doesn't matter. So look, we got 75% of the audience here. We've got 25% of the audience here. And if we draw a line down the middle, and these are 75% of your community over the age of 45. Here's 25% of your community over the age of 45. So your target demographics. Here's your funeral home, your cemetery property, whatever, whether it's funeral home, cemetery, doesn't matter. If we lined up 75% of your community, that is your most core profitable demographic, and we put them in the front lawn of your funeral home or your cemetery, and we said, you can walk outside, you and your staff, you can shake hands with everybody that showed up that's on the front lawn of your funeral home. This is 75% of the people in your community that are over the age of 45. You could walk out front, shake hands with every single person that showed up. Would you ever walk out the front door, ignore this, walk around them, and go search door to door for the 25% of people that did not show up? I'm going to give you a second to think about that. Would you ignore the 75% that is your most profitable audience to go search for the 25% that didn't show up? I see you nodding your head in agreement with me. You would not do that. It wouldn't make sense. But that's essentially what is happening every single day in funeral homes and cemeteries. We're spending 95% of our marketing dollars on traditional media things, hoping that we can find the 25% that are our core audience. Like, do you know that when you run a billboard ad that 75% of the people that are your core audience are going to see that billboard ad or that newspaper ad or that television commercial or that radio commercial? No, you don't. But we can spend less money and get underpriced attention right now inside of Facebook and target that content at exactly the core audience, that 45 and older that lives within 10 miles of your funeral home, that likes other things on Facebook related to X. We can target and break that audience down so finite that we know without a shadow of a doubt the right core person is seeing that content. So you can spend less in the long run and market directly to the audience that's most profitable for you. That's the illustration that I wanted to make. Like, this is your bread and butter. This is where you're going to win. And we're spending all these dollars trying to find the audience over here, and it just doesn't make sense when 75% of them live here. Like 75% of your core audience is most profitable for you. I'm going to repeat myself until it actually sinks in. Lives here on a daily basis, and nobody in the funeral profession is marketing to them, and you've got the ability to own that conversation. It's a no-brainer. That would be like, I'm trying to think of another great example. Like, it would be like if we took 75% of your audience, packed them in the VFW, and you could either give a presentation at the VFW or you could give a presentation to the 25% that didn't show up at the Knights of Columbus. Where would you go speak if you had to pick one or two, one or the other? Where would you go? Where 75% of your audience is at, or 25% of your audience? It's literally that simple in the Facebook landscape. Again, I'm not saying you should spend 100% of your money here, but you should spend a large chunk because it's massively underpriced attention and we can speak directly to the core audience. All right, that's all I got. Look, if you don't agree and you want to hash this out, I would love for you to comment. If you do agree, I would love for you to comment. Either way, let's have a conversation. You can get in touch with us 1,000 different ways. Down in the description, there's all kinds of links down here of how to connect. Like, that's not an excuse that you couldn't figure out how to reach us. Google me. I don't know. Like, whatever. Let's make this happen. Let's have a conversation. 75% of your audience is on Facebook daily, and they are engaging with brands when they are there. You've got to be part of the conversation. Cost effective, massive upside, build relationships, drive leads. That's the way you make it happen. Cool? All right. Appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep disrupting.